So next, diversity in the living world. So what is the diversity, or what is meant by biodiversity? Is nothing but various kinds of organisms are going to be present in a particular places. That is various types of species. It may be plants, it may be animals, whatever it may be. So the huge number of organisms, those who are present or survive in a particular places, that's known as diversity or biodiversity. Okay, so we will see that one. Right? So the number and types of organisms present on earth refer to biodiversity. Right? So particularly the forest ecosystem, the water ecosystem, various types of ecosystem is there. So there is depending upon the environmental conditions, that organisms are going to be survive. Okay. So next. So what is the key points is there? Number of species described is 1.7 to 1.8 millions, right? So it is an important NEET questions also. So 1.7 to 1.8 million species are present in that earth. Next. So what is the taxonomy, what is the classification, what is the nomenclature, what are the essentials, right? So there is a huge number of organisms are present in that earth. So we couldn't able to identify easily, or we couldn't able to analyze the types of organisms. So this essential of the classification is needed, right? So here taxonomy. So another one it is taxonomy, sometimes called as systematics. Okay, it is a study of identifications, classifications, and nomenclature of organism. Identifications. We are going to identify the organism. We have to classify that organism, and then we are going to name the organism. It is a basic process which is involving in the taxonomy. Okay, so systematics. So systematics in Latin, systema, or systematic arrangements. So in Latin, systema word represents that systematic arrangements. So considers that evolutionary relationship between that organism. What is that evolutionary relationship? Nothing but phylogenetic relationship of a particular organisms. So phylogenetic or evolutionary biology is nothing but study about the ancestor. The relationship between the present organism and its ancestor is known as evolutionary biology. So next one. So Systema Naturae is a book written by Carolus Linnaeus. So what is the basic process of taxonomy? So characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature. So characterizations, what is process, what type of salient features are going to they are having. So then identify what it is made up of, how it is present. So classification, so whether it is having prokaryotes or eukaryotes, whether it may be systematic classifications regarding kingdoms, Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia, various types of classification is there. Nomenclature. It is, you know about that, naming the organism is very, very essential in the biology. So next, characterization. First one is characterizations, right? Understanding of characters of organisms such as external and internal structures, structure of cell, development process, ecological informations, etc. Right? So what is the characters? For what is the external characters? So whether is there, if you take plants, external characters, whether the leaf is going to be parallel venations or reticulate venations. The flower, it may be flowering or non-flowering. That is, it may be angiosperms or bryophytes, whatever it may be, there is an external features is there. What is the internal features? If you take an example of plants, it may be stem, and then we will go further some cross sections, and we will find some tissues present in it with little bit differences will be there, monocot as well as dicot. Sometimes we can go for that lower classes of plants like algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes. These are not having that well developed or system, root systems or shoot system, right? So here structure of cell. We have some ideas, prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. So development process, whether that organism having the direct or indirect growth. That is a direct developments, they will give that young ones as it is present, that parental things. So indirect developments, there will be some changes in that one. So ecological information, where their contents happen. It may be aquatic or terrestrial. If it is aquatic, means there may be fresh water or marine water. If it is going for that terrestrial, there is a huge number of terrestrial ecosystems are there. Next, identification. It is a correct description of an organism, so that naming is possible. So first one is we are going to identify that organisms, right? So next one is classifications. I already told classification is an essential one to differentiate that organism. There is a vast number of organisms are present in the earth, so we are going to differentiate that one. We have to identify, we are going to segregate that one. So we have to analyze that one, we have to study that. So for these purposes, the classification is essential process. Okay, so it is a grouping of organism into convenient categories. The categories is nothing but taxa. So the unit of taxonomy is known as taxa. So based on the characters, right? So what it contains, whether it is a prokaryotes or eukaryotes, whether it is unicellular eukaryotes or multicellular eukaryotes. So whether it is having autotrophs or phototropes. What is that? Heterotrophs, right? So here, for example, if we are going for some characteristic features of an organism, we classify that prokaryotes into bacteria, plants, that is a plantae, animals in the animalia, fungi in the fungi kingdom, Protocratistia, that is not Protista kingdom. So this is 5 kingdom concept we will study in that. We will going to study in that biological classifications. So next one is basic process of taxonomy is nothing but nomenclature. What is a nomenclature? Naming of organism. What is that essential one? That is, if you are going to see, or when we are going to study an organism, we need some name, right? So it should be universal natures everywhere. When plants is going to having the different names in different regions, so we are giving that some right. Okay, so there is nothing but Mangifera indica is mango. So there is an Apis indica is a honeybee. So it is a standardized of names of organisms, such that an organism is known by the same name all over the world. If we are going to see mango in various countries apart from India, it is also Mangifera indica. So in India, the scientific name of mango is nothing but Mangifera indica. Same thing is Apis indica. So next, so another one thing is there. So system of naming with 2 components is called binomial nomenclature. Bi means 2, nomial means naming. So this is a nomenclature process. Binomial nomenclature. This is proposed by the Carolus Linnaeus, right? So sometimes we call this father of modern taxonomy, father of modern classification is Carolus Linnaeus. So next. So botanical names are based on their rules in International Code for Botanical Nomenclature is ICBN. International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, ICBN. Same things. So that zoological names are that animal names are zoological names are based on International Code for Zoological Nomenclature, ICZN. So this is something is that Mangifera indica, Panthera tigris for scientific name of tiger. So we have to know we have to memorize that is ICBN and ICZN. Next. So rules. So there is some rules is there. Nomenclature, binomial nomenclature. Scientific names are in Latin origin, are Latinized and written in italics. That means if you are going to print, the letters should be italic inside, right? So otherwise, when we are handwritten, they must be separately underlined. The first word is genus name, that is a generic name, and the second word is species name or specific epithet of a particular organism. So genus name start with that capital letter and species names start with that small letter. See this one. So Mangifera indica, if we ran written, we have to underline separately, genus separately and species separately. So if it is printed, it should be in italic, right? So this genus name Homo is started with a capital letter. It is in a species, it is in a small letter. Homo sapiens. Okay, so the author's names in abbreviated form appears at the end of the biological name. Likewise, Lin. So Mangifera indica Lin means that systems is given by the Linnaeus, that is known as it should be written like this. So Homo is the genus name, Sapiens is a species name, Lin means that author name Linnaeus, right? So Mangifera indica, same things is Mangifera indica Lin. Okay, so these are the some general rules regarding that binomial nomenclature. Continuation will be seen in the next video. Thank you.